time to shine, it's time to shine. Shine on you and y'all shine on me and all of us will shine on each other.
There you go.
Bring the spirit
happy
today.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
How about
Sun
Hunter?
shining. Huh?
How about Hunter?
Hunter Girl Music, Winchester, Tennessee. She is in Winchester as we, as we speak right now. She is one of the 3 top finalists in American Idol, and what they do is, you think about it, her original tryout place was in Nashville, so she could do that from home. Well, when she won that, then
she went on the road,
She went out to California and then spent, I guess, a month in California. Then they spent 2 weeks in, she probably hadn't been home in two months.
I know, and I'm sure Winchester has a big celebration.
Well, all the 3 get to go home this week for a celebration. And I'm sure they're doing that to where American Idol can film that and show their hometowns to give the rest of the world reason to vote for them.
Right.
So Hunter is. I've tried to get in touch with her, and I'm still waiting on a response on a couple of things because I'm sure American Idol has all that.
Yeah, and I'm
control.
sure she's covered up right now. I mean,
sure.
She's been covered up.
I told a text friend of mine who it's a friend of a friend who knew, and I said, 10 years ago I'd have gone over and fought my way into it.
Right.
But, I don't fight quite as crowds and stuff like that as well as I did 10 years ago.
Hunter's a very gracious person.
Oh, she's very
You can
gracious.
tell she's kind to everybody, and I hope Winchester really does it up right.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they
They're
will.
They're going to have a parade, and I think that's going to be out near the city park, around that area out there. And then tonight there will be a show, music show at Twin Creeks Marina.
Yeah.
And there will be other people performing, and she will perform as well. And so I'm sure American Idol will be there filming that, and that'll be part of the show next Sunday when they pick the winner. So
I'm just
good
so proud
for her.
of her. I mean, whatever happens, all 3 of those contestants are winners.
Oh, heavens, yes.
They each have a career now.
And, well, the top 5, the top 5 were, and I'm sure probably the top 10 even probably are under contract with American Idol to tour. I think I think last time they take the top 10 of those that can, and do a national tour with them.
Which is awesome. I hope.
What kind of exposure! Isn't that wonderful?
Drop off here in Tullahoma and do a little part of their tour here.
Well, I think it might probably be in Winchester if it's going to be that close to here.
But anyway, I applaud her.
Oh, heavens, yes.
She has always made herself look great, and the things she has to say, they're always touching. I love that she works with veterans.
Right.
I think that's a real plus.
And she's a very humble young lady.
Yes.
She's not full of, she's full of pizzazz now, don't get me wrong. She is a showgirl.
Oh, yeah.
She absolutely can own a stage, but when she's not on that stage, she's a very genuine, very kind young lady.
Oh, yeah. She's worked so hard that I think she's at a good age to go. She's ready.
Oh, yeah. She's
ready.
I was talking to my songwriting buddy, Tim Daly, that plays at Tootsie's in Nashville and has been on the road and done. I mean, he's one of those not star music people that make a living in the music business. They make a good living.
Yeah.
Most of them are more talented than stars are, but they just never have the money or the backing or the contacts to, make that next level. But they're the meat and potatoes of what make Nashville happen.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones that entertain the tourists that come in at Tootsie's and Rippy's and all those places. And he played with Hunter, and Tim played together and did some duet work several years ago. And he's just tickled to death for her,
yeah, he should be.
So it's a good thing. Good thing.
A lot of our local people have worked with
Oh,
with
yeah.
Hunter, and they're real excited and
You
proud.
and I worked with her.
Well, right, I know. But it's been a while. Anyway, I'm proud.
Proud of
I am.
her, and we have other things going on other than that, but that's sort of at the top of our list right now. Sandy Sebrin's going to be on today to talk
good.
about the Memorial Day. She and Colonel Johnson from the Marine Corps at the high
I
school.
love that Marine Corps group. They're
they're
so
great.
fabulous.
So that's going to be at the Caboose Park Monday, and she'll have all the information on that when they come on in a little bit. Royce Massingale is going to be on with us today and visit about some things going on around town. He's a young man who's come back to town with a local voice, and that's wonderful.
And we have a young couple that's going to talk about the Juneteenth show that's going to be production in Tullahoma.
That's Royce. That's Royce.
Okay.
That's Royce.
I'm sorry.
I would assume that's.
I never remember all the names.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
We got all kinds of stuff going on.
But I'm real proud that they're doing that this year. I think it's time.
Right.
I really do.
It
I think
really
it's time.
is that. And there's just a whole lot of stuff going on around town, and who's on the stage at South Jackson? The open stage last week, was that Connor Ostell and his bunch?
No, I think they're next weekend.
Okay.
27th. I don't quote me. Call the Civic Center.
Yeah, but on Friday night there's a stage show out back at the open air stage.
Right, they haven't done it yet, to my knowledge. If they have, slap me.
And then they're just hey, it's springtime. Water your flowers, mow your grass, don't get sunburned.
My grass
boy, I could have made a rhyme out of that one, couldn't I?
My grass is
water your
all
flowers,
over the
mow
place.
your grass, don't get sunburned on you.
Trim your roses, yeah. Pick up your snake skins.
Do you have what do they call them? Knockout roses?
I do, and they have to be trimmed a lot.
But aren't they beautiful this
year?
They are
beautiful, yeah,
absolutely.
they are.
Those are the roses that sort of grow up like a bush, and have all kinds of beauty. The flowers are smaller. They're not like long stem roses, they're bush roses, and
there's kind of two kinds of
gorgeous
knockout roses. There's a knockout rose and there's a double knockout rose.
Double knockout.
The double ones are really quite beautiful and last longer. They look like a real rose. The knockout roses kind of start looking like a rose, but they quickly open up and have to be whacked off. Yeah.
Have to be plucked, double knockout. Seems like if you knocked them out once
it'd be done.
The fight would be over.
I would think.
Graduation was this last Friday night, and that's why I still have the robe up there, the graduation robe and I guess mortarboard, because we'll have young people graduating probably for the next weekend or so, and that's just to sort of give them a chance to realize that we are proud and respect them for what they've accomplished, because I don't care if it's honors. Kindergarten.
Yeah, there's many honor students, and of course there's valedictorian, it goes down the line, and different situations are honored, but Tullahoma's full of honor students, and that's wonderful. They all need to be honored, along with the band and
all of it. But the thing about it is, I can remember how excited, I think I was probably more excited getting out of grade school and graduating to junior high than I was graduating high school and going to college.
When I got out of high school, I was so relieved. I was so ready to be gone. I wonder if kids feel that way today still.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I just couldn't wait.
I'll tell you how ready to be gone I was. I graduated on a Friday night, and the next Wednesday I was already in Knoxville going to summer school. I was gone in 4 days. Bless
you. I think I waited till the fall, but then I went summer, spring, fall, winter, till I got out in 3 years.
Going to summer school is pretty cool because, of course, now people go to school year round. It's that, back then, summer, nobody went to school in the summertime.
Right,
but
they had to work.
When you went to college, in the summertime, that was sort of a really good way to indoctrinate yourself, particularly when you go into Knoxville with all those people, to the situation going on.
Well, right,
and it wasn't quite as rushed, and it was a little bit more laid back. There weren't as many people in the classes. So the teacher paid more attention to you.
Or sometimes less.
Yeah, or less attention to you. That's true.
No.
But, we're just glad to be here today, and we're going to bring some good information to you on today's show. So hang around, and we'll be back after these commercial messages. Pay attention to our sponsors, and because we want you to go out and thank them. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
Buy Tullahoma.
Buy Tullahoma,
Yeah.
shop Tullahoma, like Jimmy Blank says on every board meeting. I don't have anything to say, not going to report anything today. Shop Tullahoma.
There you go.
You can't find everything here,
Well,
but try.
You can find
try
enough.
to find it here. And then when you can't find it here, we don't have a rivalry with Manchester except on the sports fields.
Right.
Go to
Shop-
Coffee County.
Oh, yeah.
Keep your dollars in Coffee County because Tullahoma gets part of the tax money.
And whatever county you're from, I think you
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
support your
shop-
county.
shop where you
your
live.
county, right.
If you can. And we all don't quite move around enough, and you young people say, oh, I don't have time. Well, guess what? Get up off that chair, get your fingers off of that computer.
Make up your bed.
Put a leash on those kids and take them somewhere and go shopping local instead of ordering it off the internet.
That's true.
Because the money
Yeah.
needs to
to
come
stay right here.
and stay here. And with that stump statement, I'll leave you for some more stump statements. We'll be back after these messages.
What does caring look like? This is what caring looks like.
This is setting an example for others.
This is rising to the challenge.
This is doing what works.
This is doing my part.
This is doing your part.
Each of us individually.
Acting as one.
Keeping your distance, no matter how awkward it may seem.
This is wearing a mask.
Over your nose and mouth.
Like we are.
Keeping our distance.
Each wearing masks.
Not under your chin.
Not above your head. Not in your hand.
But over your nose and mouth.
This is listening to the expert. If you'll just
Wear one of these.
Caring makes community.
And this is what caring looks like.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and like we were talking a minute ago about graduation and different things you graduate from, and two, you know, high school graduation is a big thing. We just had that this past weekend, and so many things are learned, so many cultural things. Not all of it's right out of a book. Well, maybe a music book, or maybe an art book, or a design book, but the singers. We have great music programs at Tullahoma, not only the band, which is outstanding, but the Tullahoma singers. And they performed at graduation this past Friday night, so we're going to bring you that right now.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
Macarthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming,
When you walk through the doors at Macarthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at Macarthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I have the most delightful people with me today. I have Royce Massengill and Jamie Moorhead.
You got it.
I got it right. I'm so glad you guys came, and you're here to talk about something that's such a long time coming.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's called?
It is called
June.
Juneteenth. Juneteenth, technically it was on June the 19th, but it was just a celebration of the freedom of the slaves.
Right.
The last little portion of slaves out of Galveston, Texas. So basically, you know, the cavalry, after the Civil War, they had traveled down to the Texas area to warn some of those slaves that did not know that they were free, even though the Emancipation Proclamation was off in '63. 1865 was kind of like the official date,
exactly,
where most slaves realized that they were free, and now we made it a federal holiday.
Yeah, and it's finally time that we celebrate it here in Tullahoma.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me a little bit about what all is going to happen that day.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, we do like to thank the city of Tullahoma for you know, giving us this opportunity. You know, Jamie and I have curated this idea to give Tullahoma its first celebration of Juneteenth officially, since it's become a federal holiday.
And it put us on the map a little bit.
Oh yeah, put Tullahoma on the map. Yeah,
we're the only Tullahoma in the world, to my knowledge.
And look at that. Now we're throwing our first, Juneteenth.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, we need to be put in the history books.
Oh yeah,
this is all, but it's going to be a great day. It's going to be on June the 18th at CD Stamps, starting at 12 p.m. to 5 p.m.
12 to 5.
But we're also having a basketball tournament that's going to start earlier that morning. And we're going to start posting up the registration for that. But very excited about this event.
Now, are you going to have food trucks or food to be served?
Vendors, and food.
And this is all free to my knowledge.
All free.
However, open for donations.
Oh,
yes,
definitely.
because it's going to take money to process everything and keep moving.
Definitely.
And decorate.
So if anybody wants to just donate today, how would they get that to you?
Actually, you can donate. You can actually do it. Our Cash App is Cash App is the $, Beyond Strength. Do you want to spell that for him?
Yeah, I think
Beyond
you should.
Strength 1865. So Beyond, BEYOND STRENGTH 1865. You can donate there at our Cash App.
So is that a website?
Actually, it's just a link, basically.
Just a link. Okay.
Yes. We do like to thank some of our sponsors that's helped us out.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to definitely Alderman Blackwell. She actually helped us with some of the paperwork, and she's been with us really since last year, trying to get this
She's
together.
worked hard because I've been reading a lot of what she writes.
She's been heavily involved in what we were trying to do down on the south end of Tullahoma with the basketball courts.
Yeah.
Robin Dunn is another one who's actually been
Very
consistent
supportive.
supporter, yeah.
Yes.
And even just to read off some of the sponsors, of course. So, shout out to Parks and Rec, definitely Parks and Rec. They're actually teaming up with us. McMurray's Printing, shout out to Kat out there. J.A. Welton, Sun Funeral Home. Renew Your Family, Care and Med Spa, Partners of Healing, Master of Ceremonies. Betterfi, Financial Fitness, London Sports Bar, Alderman Dunn and Blackwell, Hard Rock Tattoo Studio, Focus and Follow Through, Sisterhood of Survival, GNC Tullahoma and Winchester, Clayton's, a family shoe store, Coffee County Health Department, and Catholic Charities Family Resource
That's
Center.
wonderful. And I'll bet you'd take more sponsorships, would you?
Definitely.
Do you have levels? Do you have levels of sponsorship? Or?
We do. We do. We've got bronze, silver, and gold packages. So each has a different perk
Price.
to it. But the shirts are probably not going to be available anymore with any of the perks because they're actually getting made today.
Yeah.
So.
I wanted to know who designed your shirt. Did you do that?
Well, actually, she actually designed this shirt. You know what I'm saying?
You did good.
I just
like
did the
it. Thank
flyer.
you.
She did the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like she's good at doing stuff like that.
Well, it just flat tells the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm glad you said that. That's
Are y'all
a
gonna
segue.
sell them? Yeah, you thought about that?
And I'm glad you said that. Segue, shattered chain. So shattered chains, everybody. So a broken chain can be easily welded together. It's just a break, right? And welded. And our inspiration comes from Psalms 107. So when we're talking about a shattered chain, when it's shattered into pieces, you can't really mold it back together. You've got all these scattered pieces everywhere. So it's just symbolic for our communities and the history of just black people. Sometimes we can be mentally enslaved. And so we're trying to get people to shatter those mental chains that are holding us back. So therefore, those negative thoughts and actions can't be molded back together because they've been shattered. And now we're going to make anew with a new mentality and try to be better parents to our kids, a better community to the city, and just evolve as something great in the future.
Which is a lesson for everyone.
Yeah, for everyone.
This should apply to the world and be in a better place.
Yes, ma'am.
Jamie.
Yes.
What caused you to get involved with this process? Have you thought about that?
Have I thought about why I did it?
Yeah.
I mean, that story is kind of long a little bit, but I put in for an alderman position. I didn't get the position, and so that doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to continue on with the plan. So whether you have a position or not, you got to do what you're supposed to do.
When you feel like you have a cause that you want to promote and you want to push, then obviously you're somebody that's going to jump in there and take a lead.
The goal is to be the voice for the unseen and the unheard, and those are the communities that don't feel that they can say anything without retaliation or consequences. And I'm just telling you the truth, because we've walked around those communities and they don't want to say anything because they have that fear that something is going to happen to them. So the goal is so that they actually have a voice and know that there can be change for them. This is why we do what we do.
And I agree with you. That's a wonderful plan. And I imagine you have a lot of people that are supporting what you're doing, obviously with your sponsorships and.
Very. First, I will say this: I'm very proud of Tullahoma for the support. I'll keep it honest with you. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't at first. I wasn't expecting anybody to cling on to it because it was something new. But then you realize as you talk to people, they've heard of Juneteenth.
Yes.
And so they're inquisitive to know about more, and then from there, they would want to be involved. So I definitely just want to say shout out to everybody that's been involved, that supported, that's bought ad placements, become sponsors, or even just donated, because I don't think people know how important this is. It's historical for everyone.
For everyone.
You know?
And this is the first year.
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll find that it'll grow bigger and bigger every year. You have
Definitely.
to start somewhere.
Definitely.
And make a statement about how you feel and what you want to do. And let's give them real quickly again the date. Is not the regular.
It'll be June the 18th. It's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be from 12 to 5 at CD Stamps. We have the whole area. Jefferson Street Park, we're going to have a basketball tournament there starting at 8 o'clock. And we want everybody to come out. This is a free event. Music, food,
and
speakers.
If anybody wants some
kids.
more information, there it is. Write that down.
Actually find us on Facebook at Beyond Strength. And
Beyond Strength on Facebook, and that's easy. Well, y'all, they're going to cut me off, but if you got any last words, throw it out there.
Hey, we just want to say history is very important, and we just want Tullahoma to grow as a community together, black, white, brown, Asian, whatever. Let's all learn from each other, learn our culture, and let's just move forward. Very excited.
I'm so proud of you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you both. We'll be back with some other things.
Clayton's has been Tullahoma's shoe store for over 120 years, and Florence Hall continues that tradition today. We're the only shoe store in town that starts with measuring your foot to make sure you get the perfect fit in a quality shoe. That includes narrow through wide widths for men, women, and children. Clayton Shoes, the family shoe store you'll love.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, I'm John Rickman. We're back again. And I'm Pat Welch, and we're back with, is this 4, John? This is number 4. Wow, with conversations with John and Pat. Have you picked a song out for today, John?
This song I used to do for the kids over at East. They liked it. It's not one I wrote. Mike Snyder, somewhere picked it up and he recorded it. But he did one of mine called Chicken Necks and Wings, so this is about dipping snuff. Well, I went on back to Grandpa's house where I was born and raised. There I'd take long moonlight strolls out back where the milk cows graze. It was there I spied this pretty young thing. She was sitting on a barbed wire fence. I grinned at her and she grinned right back, looks like she had good sense. I said, hello, ma'am, I'm proud to meet you. You're a diamond in the rough. She said, oh, cut out all that fancy talk, boy, and give me a dip of your snuff. Well, I guess I hate to admit it, and I was a little bit more than surprised, but when I pulled out my can of snuff, I saw love light up in her eyes. Snuff dipper, the story of my life. Snuff dipper, now I got one for a wife. Well, I courted that girl in the tater patch, and I courted her in the sorghum cane. I kissed her in the sunshine, I even kissed her in the pouring rain. First time I kissed her snuff-stained lips, we was sitting on a hollow log, and the echo of the pucker rang through the hills like a wail of an old coon dog. I said, that sure was one fine pucker, sweetie. You really know your stuff. She said, oh, you didn't want no kiss at all, boy. You just sucked out my dip of snuff. Then one night when the time seemed right, I said, sweetie, we ought to get wise. Two can dip for just cheap as one if we buy that giant economy size. So we went on over to the preacher's house, said, preacher, we want to be wed. So he tied the knot, said, like it or not, she's yours till you're plumb dead. Well, I got me a level-headed woman now. She's the sweetest in all the South. The reason I call her level-headed is the snuff drips out of both sides of her mouth. Snuff dipper, the story of my life. Snuff dipper, now I got one for a wife. Wow. I like that little song, Pat.
Wow.
Sounds like your baby?
Yeah, that's, yeah, she's level-headed and all right. And I may be level-headed when I get home. That brings, tobacco product usage was probably pretty prevalent at the Builder Supply, which we our last segment we talked about Mike Galligan, and I've got several stories that we can tell on Mike, but another one of my favorites was Mike was maybe what we might call today challenged. He probably wasn't going to be real good in school and didn't want to be, and didn't go very long, but he was really strong and worked every day of his life. Never took a moment's worth of charity. Just a great guy, and he really looked up to one of the employees there named Larry Broderick that I went to school with, and Larry was a great guy, and Mike worshiped Larry. Yeah. And they went, I believe this happened on a Saturday. We worked at the Builders till noon, and they decided they were going to go to pool hall and play some pool. So Mike went with them, and when they first walked in, one of Larry's high school buddies came up behind him and grabbed him and clasped his hands and held him real tight, just to let him know, I'm here and good to see you. But remember I said Mike was really, really loyal. And he went to the cue stick rack beside on the wall there and got a cue out, and Larry's buddy hit the floor after Mike put the cue stick upside his head. And he liked to repeat stuff when he got excited, and he said, I got him, Larry, got him, Larry, got him, Larry. And Larry said, yeah, you sure did, Mike. You just laid out one of my best friends.
We had a snow not too long ago, and I thought back to when I was in high school or in school. There was a pool room in the middle of Chapel Hill. And on snowy days, when there wasn't much to do anywhere else, we'd go to the pool room. And that was what I thought about the other day. Then we'd go down there and just have a good time playing pool and the pinball machines and things like that.
I was wondering if you're going to bring those pinball machines up, John. I really didn't want your mother to know that you participated in
my
that.
Mother's not in the... I don't think she'll know.
All right.
I don't think she'll hold it against me.
Remember we said we weren't going to try ever embarrass our parent mothers.
She still does this. I walk in, I'll have a baseball hat on my head, and she says, would you mind taking your hat off? I still do it. Here I am, nearly 70, and I've taken my hat off for my mother now.
Now you've got me. This is completely unrehearsed now. This is conversation with John and Pat. We used to, and we need to do it some more, John. Go visit some of your old buddies in Chapel Hill. But one time we went on Depot Street, checking that trestle out, and the possibility where we might bring our wives one night and we try to get them scared. But we went to see your mother, and she's in that little house, and somehow there was a piano in the room. That was one of the focal points of it, and we asked her if she'd play. And I was not prepared for it at all. She played, it sounded like Beethoven or Mozart or something. You never heard such piano playing. And she played like that for about 1 minute and 42 seconds. And all of a sudden, her hands came off the keys like they were just scalded hot, And I said, Ms. Rickman, that was awful good. Why in the world did you stop? She said, if I played any more, it'd been showing out. And there's a lady that wouldn't show out.
My mother is something still this day. She's very gentle and soft and meek now, but she toted the line, made us toe the line when we were young. By the way, we're going to have to go right now. And I'm John, and we'll be back.
And I'm Pat, and this is not the end of the conversations unless management says it is. Thank you.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. And this is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no. This warrior will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and if you've noticed behind me, we see a whole lot of red, white, and blue, and that's because Memorial Day is this Monday. And I'm proud to have one of our stalwarts of the community, who forges forward for the veterans and all things good with our military, Sandy Sebring. And thank you for being here. And you have Colonel Jeffrey Johnson with you.
Yes.
And tell us about the Memorial Day celebration.
Thank you, John, and I appreciate so much the opportunity to be here and all of the beautiful patriotic attire that's around us. It will be on May the 27th. The mayor prefers that it not be on Monday, which is really Memorial Day, because of the workers that need to have a free weekend. And so we agree that it's on the Friday before Memorial Day, on May the 27th, and it will be at the History Park. Some people refer to it as the Caboose Park, but it's we understand that it has been formally named the History Park. And so we follow that, and it will be at 11 o'clock in the morning. The mayor will be presiding, and he will note that there's 24 new pavers that have just been put in. And also we will have 3 seniors from our nearby high schools that are winners or recipients of the Veterans Memorial Scholarships. And they each receive $2,000 for their higher education. And so it's just a grand time to be thankful for our country, for those that have served, and for these young people that are continuing to go forward. And I'm just myself personally just so grateful to be part of it. And we encourage everybody, invite you all to come to this service on Friday, May the 27th at 11 o'clock. And it's my pleasure today to have Colonel Jeffrey Johnson join me. He will be our keynote speaker that day. And I might add that he is a veteran of the United States Marine Corps, 25 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And currently he is serving in Tullahoma as the instructor of the Junior Marine Corps ROTC. And we thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I especially thank you for your service at this time, because as a former educator, I value so much our young people. I just get a thrill being at the award ceremony, seeing these young, your heart just goes out to them. And you want so much for them to have a good life, be good citizens, contribute to this wonderful country. And so I just ask you to tell us how you feel about our youth and what you're doing, and has that been a calling almost for you, or?
Well, I think military service and service to whatever community you're part of at that particular time is a calling. Yes. And I think it's been a calling for me for a long time. My father is a retired Marine Corps officer who was in Vietnam for 2 tours. So he was wounded there. So when I was young, it was impressed upon me to revere and honor those that serve, and honor those, as we're going to be doing for Memorial Day, who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. So, you know, looking back, whenever I saw him in shorts, the wounds that he received in his legs was a constant reminder to me that freedom comes at a cost. What concerns me is not a lot of youth are exposed to that, and so I feel a calling to try to share that, to impress upon them my experiences, so that they may at least get a little bit of understanding of what that cost is, and that's part of the program that we have, the Junior ROTC program. We teach patriotism, good citizenship. There's community service things that we get involved in that they can earn hours for, but you know, the hours are one thing. It's really trying to teach them that giving back to their community, serving their community, is what life is about, and it's important. I mean, yeah, you get a job, but how are you giving back, and how are you repaying those who had their lives cut short due to combat or conflict? So
it was interesting this morning. I was thinking back to the day when I was a teenager, and my husband was in Army ROTC in high school, and so I started kind of asking him a couple of questions about it, because I really, you know, didn't think about it too much then. But then it led to somehow or the other college Air Force ROTC and a commission. And so I said, well, how did you feel about all that? And he said, well, it was a beginning, you know. And I said, and it kind of started off as a path. And that is what some of our youth need so much, is to have that path. Not everyone has a family that they can go into the business, or they can, they're so gifted that everybody wants them. But there is a path for everybody. And many times this is a good path, because it leads to a commitment and an honor of service. And it just really reminded me of how at a young age, when you really don't know, you can be guided by a good instructor into going into a path that will serve you well, and you will also serve others.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The Junior ROTC program is appropriately titled Leadership Education. So, although we use the Marine Corps military platform or the military platform in itself to teach some of these leadership concepts, there's no obligation for them to go in the military. But they can use these principles and traits to apply to whatever they decide to do or want to do. There's really a small percentage of those that are in the Junior ROTC program that actually enter or go into the military. So, but they can use those things that they learn to carry them forward, whatever they want to do.
I want to congratulate both of you, Sandy, of course, you, for what you do. I was sort of singing that song, Who's Going to Fill Their Shoes? But Colonel Johnson is been a very bright spot in my vision since he's come here and done what he's done with these young people. His young people are outstanding at what they do and what they revere and how they work with others. They play well. They play well in the sandbox, you know. And my dad was a World War II guy. Those guys didn't talk about what was going on. You're wounded. Don't talk about what goes on. And a lot of our young people don't really understand what the devastation of real war is like.
Correct.
And they need to be trained. I tell young people, you can't read too many good books, you can't watch too many good movies, and you can't listen to too much good music. A lot of these young people, when they watch the movies that are on right now, Pearl Harbor and Midway and those things that are on, need to realize this is actually what happened, the devastation and loss of life. This is not just a movie for entertainment. This is true. And they need to understand that, and we live in a wonderful country, and we still have yellow and blue on the set when we don't have red, white, and blue. Our young people need to look at what's going on in Europe right now and understand that how fortunate we are as a nation that we have people like you and people like you to support our military and keep us strong and keep us free, and don't ever forget the sacrifice of those who gave it all for you and me to be able to sit here and do what we do. And we thank you.
Yeah, thank you
And
so
we
much.
appreciate you.
I would, adding to that, at our service on the 27th, I was so happy, pleased to talk with Eric Frazier.
Okay.
He lives in Morrison right now, but he has been gifted with a home for his service. He is a double amputee
Very good.
from Afghanistan, and he has a paver
Right.
that a relative
Good.
put for him, and I invited him to the service, and he said that he would be able to join us. He was happy to do so,
Good.
and we look forward to that,
Okay.
meeting him
Thank you both.
personally.
Thank you both for being with us. That's the 27th.
The 27th.
Friday the 27th.
Yes.
History Park, downtown Tullahoma. We'll be back after these messages.
What does caring look like? This is what caring looks like.
This is setting an example for others.
This is rising to the challenge.
This is doing what works.
This is doing my part.
This is doing your part.
Each of us individually.
Acting as one. Keeping your distance, no matter how awkward it may seem.
This is wearing a mask.
Over your nose and mouth, like we are.
Keeping our distance.
Each wearing masks.
Not under your chin.
Not above your head. Not in your hand.
But over your nose and mouth.
This is listening to the expert. If you'll just
wear one of these.
Caring makes community.
And this is what caring looks like.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat. Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
I've just been having the most gracious conversation with Reba Walters with the Tullahoma Daycare Board. And did you say you were president, or
I am?
That you are the president. All right, so we need to honor the president. Anyway, we're talking about a summer garden tour, and
Right.
You may remember the tour of homes in Tullahoma, but it kind of went away with pandemic, right?
That's right.
So let's talk about the date. You give us the date and the information.
Okay. Yes, as Peggy said, we have traditionally had the tour of homes in Tullahoma, and that's been our major fundraiser. This past 2 years we had to cancel, so we were thinking about what to do this year. We decided to do something that might be pandemic proof.
Right.
So we moved to the outdoors. So we are having a garden tour this year instead of a home tour.
I love that idea.
Yeah, so I think it'll be really fun. It's on June 5th. It's from 1 to 4 p.m. And it'll be 3 home gardens and then 2 public spaces in Tullahoma
good.
that are beautiful and probably things that people haven't been to at this point.
And what
So,
what's the first place that we'll see?
well, as we did in the homes tour, you can do it in any order that you want to. So all tickets will be on sale the day of the event at all the venues.
Okay.
So you can start anywhere you want to. If you don't have a ticket, just go to any of the venues and start. If you already have a ticket, you'll have it in hand, and you can also start anywhere you want to.
So let's give them a list of the venues.
Okay. The venues for this year, there's 3 home gardens, as I said. The first one is the Steverson House, which is we should say Steverson's Smotherman house, which is on Blackwell Street. That home has been on our tour before, the house itself. And the Steversons have tried to look at the plans of the gardens as they were originally.
Wonderful.
This house is the first house that we know of in Tullahoma that had a professional landscaping done when they built the house.
When they built the house.
So they've tried to kind of put some of that back as they found it on the plans. So they've been working since they moved in several years ago in getting that done.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
Yes, I think it is. And the second one is the Cretier Garden, which is what people typically talk about as the Motlow House.
Yes.
Out on Lynchburg Highway. And that house has also been on the tour, the Homes tour before. The garden area is interesting in that the front section is more a formal garden, and then the back they've opened some paths through the woods.
Oh, how nice.
And created different types of flowers and plants and shrubs and things back there with the gazebo.
So you have the opportunity to walk through the woods and and see everything front and back.
That's right.
I bet it's beautiful.
That's right. And the third one is Ralph and Rosie Graham's house on Lakewood.
Oh my gosh, Ralph Graham, he's top-notch yard man.
Right, he is the ultimate yard man. He is. And they have 8 sections of their yard. And Ralph designed this so that there's something blooming all year
long. It is absolutely fantastic.
So,
and you know, they were almost blown away with the tornado.
That's right.
But the
they
flowers,
lost 19 trees.
Everything came back, and that's not everything, but
but he's they've really rolled with it and changed what they have there, and
well,
it's been wonderful.
Some sensational.
Right. And at
places.
those houses, the owners will be there, so they'll be there to talk about if you have questions or want to ask about something that you see, they'll be there to help.
That's good.
And then the 2 public areas are East Park Arboretum, which is adjacent to East Middle School.
Right.
And when you drive into East Middle School, I'll just say this because it can be confusing. When you drive into East Middle School, there's a fork, and you go to the left and park at the back near the athletic field back there, and then you'll see the entrance to the Arboretum.
Isn't that nice that they have that at the school?
Yes. Yes, it's a very place that people know about.
Yeah, and for students to enjoy.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Right. And then the last one is at the Painted House on East Lincoln. And that is the thing we're showcasing there is the champion willow tree. It's the state champion willow oak. And that's behind the Painted House. And then the silent auction this year will be there at the Painted House.
At the Painted House.
Yes. So the silent auction is open from 12 to 5. So we have an hour before the garden tour starts and an hour after.
Do you want to talk about what kind of auction items you have, or are you ready for that yet?
Yeah, not really ready to say too many specifics. We do have a wide variety of things. We're trying to kind of have a gardening theme.
Good.
With some of the baskets and things that we have to auction off.
To help with gardening or to make your own place more beautiful.
Right.
That's fantastic. June 5th, don't forget this, and get your tickets.
Yes, I'd like to tell you the businesses that do have tickets. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. And you can get tickets at the Tullahoma Art Center, Clayton Shoes, Creations Hair Designs, the Flower Shop, T. Michelle Clothiers, Smart Bank, Traders Bank, Parkview Senior Living, the Bookshelf, the Yellow Tulip, Fuel So Good Coffee Shop, Tullahoma Vision Associates and Vision Source, and Heritage Hair Salon, and the Tullahoma Daycare Center.
Don't you love how Tullahoma steps up and supports everything?
I can't tell you. It was so gratifying when I was going around asking these businesses for help. They were just eager to do it. It was wonderful.
I mean, they're just so supportive, and we're so lucky to live in this community.
Yes. You also can get a ticket through Venmo. If you Venmo to at Walt-Reba-27B, you can get a ticket through Venmo, and I will respond to you and let you know that I got your payment and your name is on the list of people who have bought tickets. So don't hesitate to use that.
Do you remember how many people you had last year, the last time you did this?
We had... I would say 100 to 150.
That's wonderful.
Or so, yeah.
And the money goes to Tullahoma Daycare,
Yes,
correct?
Tullahoma Daycare, which is a nonprofit preschool daycare center, and we serve the low-income families in town, kids with some kind of special needs, not a lot of physical special needs, but other types
extreme,
of developmental delay
Right.
kind of things. And our mission is to serve those families and make affordable daycare available to everyone.
Which is a phenomenal process, and we need that so bad
We
because
do.
the parents can't work if they don't have a place for their
Absolutely.
children. And
Absolutely.
to my knowledge, the Tullahoma Daycare Center is always wonderful teachers, very
Yes.
caring, loving,
Yes.
and you can be happy with your children
Oh,
there.
it's our staff. They're the
I
best.
love that you all do this.
They're the
and
best.
I know that it takes a massive amount of money to do anything in this nature.
Right.
And the fact that you're stepping up constantly to support that is
Right.
wonderful.
Well, we do ask the community for money from time to time in various ways, but we feel like this is a way we can give the community something to enjoy
Right.
and share in with us. And by working with businesses and other nonprofits, it just brings us all together in the
Right.
as a community.
And I think it will encourage people to be a little more creative with their own spaces, because there's nothing more comforting than to go outside your door and be surrounded with beautiful flowers,
Right,
or
absolutely.
shrubbery or whatever.
Right.
I keep telling Ralph Graham I want to come over there and live in his yard.
Just set up a tent
Yeah.
somewhere, right? Yeah, I also want to say this is a good family event. You can bring, if you want to bring your children, that's fine. It's all outdoors, so they're free to come with you. And
if they're extremely rowdy, put a leash on them.
Yes.
No, children need to see the beauty of the outdoors. There's a wonderful opportunity. Okay, let's, I love the fact that you just said you can bring the whole family. There's 3 homes and then the 2 other places. It sounds to me like that's a good afternoon of work. Right. Of beauty, as well. I
Yes.
should have put it that way. And for $10, and even if you don't have time to go, what a great donation.
Right. And also remember to wear comfortable shoes. It's very casual because you will be outside
Exactly.
and just walking around. So
Leave your stilettos in the closet. We'll be back. Thank you, Reba. It was
Thank
so
you,
nice
Peggy.
to
I
meet
love
you.
talking with
I
you.
love talking to you. We'll be back with other business.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
Macarthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at Macarthur Manor, we'll treat you like family. Caring. Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at Macarthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good, nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had another, there's so many events going around here. That's why it's such a wonderful place to be. You always find something to do. But one of the things that happens during the year is a lot of our young women of high school age go through a program called Distinguished Young Women. And what we're going to do now is bring you the finalists from the Distinguished Young Women.
Each participant was given the opportunity to write an essay explaining what the program means to her. The essays were judged by an outside source and the results used to help determine tonight's winner. The young lady receiving this honor and $250 scholarship must embody the 5 pillars while striving to always be her best self. Presenting the Pillars Award this year is last year's winner, Megan Smith. Okay, the 2023 Pillars Award winner is participant number 13, Hannah Waller. And as a token for all 16 of these girls being their best self over the last 5-6 weeks, I think the directors have a small gift. Our next award is the Donna Brewer Spirit of DYW Award, which also includes a $250 cash scholarship. This is a special award because the participants voted on it themselves. They chose the girl who best exemplifies the spirit of distinguished young women. Presenting the Spirit Award is last year's Spirit winner, Lauren Rogers. The 2023 Spirit of Distinguished Young Woman is a tie. We have number 5, Gracie Anderson. Hey Gracie, stay up here for a photo. Okay. And number 7, Caitlin Sear. Picture together. You'll want these later. Thank y'all. This year we will be awarding 2 preliminary awards and 1 overall award for each judged category. Kaylee Smith, one of last year's Scholastics winners, will present the awards to this year's Scholastics winners. Our 2 preliminary Scholastics winners are number 8, Eleanor Foltz. And number 6, Hannah Chesser. Scholastics winner is number 12, Olivia Thomason. Megan Smith, one of our preliminary interview winners for 2022, will present the interview awards. Our two preliminary interview winners are participant number 13, Hannah Waller, and participant number 14, Anna Bymaster. Our overall interview winner is number 6, Hannah Chesser. Ansley Vaughn, one of last year's talent winners, will present our talent awards this evening. Our preliminary talent winners are number 6, Hannah Chesser, and number 8, Eleanor Foltz. Our overall talent winner is number 14, Anna Bymaster. And Mary Catherine Stroop, two of last year's preliminary fitness winners, will present the fitness awards. Our preliminary fitness winners are number 14, Anna Bymaster. And number 9, Addison Mahaffey. Our overall fitness winner is number 6, Hannah Chesser. Amy Pham, one of last year's preliminary self-expression winners, will present the self-expression awards. Our preliminary self-expression awards go to number 8, Eleanor Foltz. And number 11, Emma Stokes. Our overall self-expression winner is number 5, Gracie Anderson. Cumberland Valley's Tullahoma's second alternate will receive a $300 scholarship and will be presented her award by last year's second alternate, Lauren Rogers. We are proud to announce the 2023 second alternate is number 14, Anna Bymaster. Presenting the first alternate award will be last year's first alternate, Madeline Bobo. Cumberland Valley's Tullahoma's first alternate will be the recipient of a $500 scholarship. Our first alternate has a very important role. If for any reason one of our winners could not compete for the title of Tennessee's Distinguished Young Woman, our first alternate will go in her place. Our first alternate is number 12, Olivia Thomason. Now, for the moment we have all been waiting for, the awards for Cumberland Valley's and Tullahoma's Distinguished Young Woman of 2023. Presenting the award of Cumberland Valley's Distinguished Young Woman is Amy Pham, Cumberland Valley and Tennessee's Distinguished Young Woman of 2022. Our 2023 Distinguished Young Woman of Cumberland Valley, winner of a $1,000 scholarship and the opportunity to compete for Tennessee's Distinguished Young Woman is number 8, Eleanor Foltz. Presenting the award for Tullahoma's Distinguished Young Woman will be Ansley Vaughn, Tullahoma's Distinguished Young Woman of 2022. Our 2023 Distinguished Young Woman of Tullahoma, winner of a $1,000 scholarship and the opportunity to compete for Tennessee's Distinguished Young Woman is number 6, Hannah Chester. Congratulations, ladies. Make sure you all get a big group picture. Please remember to allow pictures to be made on the stage before you congratulate your favorites, and we thank you all so much for coming and supporting these girls tonight. Let's give them all one more round of applause.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. And this is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right, no employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back and we have 38 seconds, 37, 36, 35 seconds to close. And we want to again say congratulations to Hunter Wilkinoski, Hunter Girl Music, and I hope she has a great celebration today in Winchester.
And she will, I'm sure she will.
All of our graduates.
I'll be watching, oh yes, and all those beautiful girls that were receiving awards.
Yeah, and our veterans and those, don't forget those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
Absolutely.
Peggy, love you, girl.
I love you too, John.
We love y'all too. We'll see you next time.